is organization which is one of its kind. We formed this 15 months back. I used to be head of sales at Yahoo before this, and also ran a digital agency where Max is now Tribal DDB. So we heard a lot of perspective on how the agencies function, how social media needs to be digested by audiences and brands together. What I'm going to now showcase is a little bit of evangelization that we've been doing over the last couple of months in the space. Like I said, we are the only brand ad network in the country which by itself means that we talk a lot on engagement and time spent and all of that. And predominantly the medium in India has been very performance driven. We heard Ashok Lalla just say that it's 700 crore market. Out of the 700 crore, I think 400 crores is Google, and about 250 odd crores is spent largely by performance driven clients. And a lot of these clients are also in this auditorium, and they'll probably know what I'm saying. So going forward, this is the topic. So the topic is about figuring out what one needs to do for the plugged in generation. These are the three screens that currently exist, right? I mean, it's not necessarily in that order. The medium matured with internet, mobile, and today DTH as well. And a lot of people today have questions on how DTH as a platform is part of the digital medium. So while I'm not going to talk too much about mobile and its capabilities and the kind of penetration that exists in the marketplace, vis-a-vis an internet or for that matter DTH, I'm going to pose a couple of questions which possibly will raise eyebrows. I see a lot of students here, so I'm sure you guys will probably understand what I'm trying to communicate, not that others won't. I say that because I'm 34 years old and there's a lot of Gen Y in my organization. Sometimes it gets a little difficult to relate to what they say, but I need to keep myself tuned all the time so that it's easier for me to reciprocate their queries. At the same time, manage to run a P&L because that's why we are in business. So keeping that perspective in mind, I'm sure most of you guys who are studying or people otherwise also would have heard Professor Murthy in Bangalore IIM. And a couple of days back he had an article published in Wall Street Journal. And one very important question that he said it and then asked a question. So the first thing that he said was, we know who our competitors are. In the sense, if you're in the marketplace today, most of us know who our competitors are, what they're going to do in terms of intelligence that we gather, and accordingly formulate a strategy. Let's twist the whole thing across and probably ask somebody at Sony Corporation, whose highest selling product was a Walkman a couple of years back. Did he ever, the guy who was running the business, did he ever think that Apple is going to be his biggest competitor? I mean, nobody knew what iPod is going to deliver and how it's going to kill a Walkman's market share or presence, and it took them all by surprise. Now Sony, in a corrective measure, will have different product lines to cater to, but iPod was a phenomenon, right? Nobody ever thought that Apple is going to be Sony's biggest competitor at any given point in time, right? So predicting the future as to who your competitors are, what is the medium that one needs to focus on in terms of getting those deliverables right for your brand, vis-a-vis keeping in mind the audience who exists in the space is what is more critical. There are several examples like this, right? So Kodak, for example, that's another example that Professor Murthy took. Kodak never knew that Nokia is going to be the biggest competitor, right? Kodak is and was a leading camera manufacturer. Nokia is not. Nokia's predominant focus their business is all about telephones, and whoever thought that telephones will tomorrow take away all the market share what a camera had, right? You guys getting what I'm saying? Yes. So knowing what your competitors are tomorrow is the key, and knowing what the medium is going to be is also the most important aspect of understanding where to communicate what and at what given point. It's pretty critical to know when your audiences are going to be receptive when you throw any communication at them.